Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of the Resources Gatherings Twitch channel. I'm your host Justin Hayward, and today we have a special appearance where we're going to be doing a new Dungeons & Dragons inspired campaign called the For the Vangore. A sort of Castlevania vampire inspired campaign that will be focusing on a sort of political style, play style here. With me today are the three players. If each of you guys want to introduce yourselves, starting off with Andy.
Hi, I'm Andy. I will be playing Charleston Briggs, who is a Tabaxi Ranger with a criminal background.
Hi, the name is Patrick. I am playing an Arakakwa Cleric of the War Domain. I'm just an acolyte.
Hi, I'm Zach. My character is Law D. Cooper, and I'm a human, and I'm a warlock with a soldier's past.
And on that note, we will be getting ready to go into the first session of For the Vangore. The night was dark, a full harvest moon on the horizon, as a sort of red undertone lit the sky in the city of Vangore. As you look towards the horizon, you see this massive cityscapes of this large sort of intersecting city maneuvering through. You can see large sort of castle-like structures of the individual cityscapes. When you peer down into the city, you can see a small woman running for her life, breathing heavily as she runs as fast as she can. A sort of dark figure coming from the shadows, suddenly chasing after her, popping from one dark spot to the next. Poof, poof, until just behind the church bell rings as midnight approaches, and a sharp-fingered hand reaches out and grabs her and pulls her into the darkness. And this is just another day in the Vangore. Our heroes are traveling from a far-off continent and making their way to the dark continent known as the Shield Coast, a place known for monsters and mayhem alike, as only the shady folk and powerful tend to live. Arriving off this boat is three random strangers who have yet to meet, but they all have the same letter in hand, heading towards the same destination, a small room set inside of an even smaller hotel. And that is where we'll be beginning our campaign. So as you're moving forward, we have I will have Law. I will have your character be the first to get off the boat.
Alrighty. Finally arrived. Let's see what this whole place has to deal with. Let's see who I'm working with and what I'm doing here.
So looking at the paper, you notice that there is information about who you're going to be working with. It is Xander Legacy, a man who is known for having a strong reputation as being a monster slayer. His family is considered the monster slaying sort of country. For those of you at home, if you happen to see a black and white cat inside of this video, much like my other campaign, that is my cat, Salem. She is the love of my life, and she is, in fact, a member of this campaign. And she will forever be the DM's familiar. Back to the story. So you do notice that your piece of paper says, with an invitation from Xander Legacy. He's also the one who paid for your ticket to get here. And you know it was a pretty pricey ticket, as any ticket to come to this continent would be. You managed to make your way to, on the paper, so you will be going to the Squabbles, a sort of smaller sector within the city, which is considered the poorest part of the city. Within it, you are going to be looking for the Goat Loft Inn, room 109.
Looks like I'm going to room 109. Let's find out who I'm working with.
As you sort of make your way off towards the distance, a second figure gets off the boat. And Patrick, we will have your character go next.
Well, it is quite a dark area to be. Well, let's see where I have to meet up at. He just opens up the paper.
And much like your compatriot, you find the location of room 109 in the Goat Loft.
Well, I suppose no dilly-dallying is in order. I'll just walk my way there.
Okay. And lastly, getting off the boat, you notice is Andy's character.
So my character currently has his cloak kind of pulled around him with the hood up. And he's...
You just want to push her off.
All right, well,
You can just like pick her up. She's fine.
I'm fine.
Just,
Say what?
Salem, come here.
I love Salem.
Yeah, she is a little in the way.
I love Salem. Anyway.
Huh?
I was like, she's just a little bit in the way, just a little bit in the way right now.
Just all the way.
Anyway,
Very much.
My character moves very, very silently and is kind of like surveying around him as he gets off before, realizing the area is kind of clear of any sort of danger or anything. He pulls out his sheet and says, well, let's see where I'm going here. And ascertain the location.
Yep. As I said to your two table mates, it's the same exact location.
Yes.
As each of you guys manages to leave the dock, this is called the main dock.
I actually asked a dock worker, like, hey, can you tell me like how to get to this place? Do you know?
So you talk to one of the dock workers. He's a orcish man, orcish fisherman, and he kind of looks at you and he goes, "Oh yeah, I know how to get there. What you're gonna do is you're gonna just follow dock ward. You're gonna go straight, and you're gonna hit the squabbles. When you get to the squabbles, you're gonna go ahead and take it right, and it's gonna be right there.
Okay. Thank you.
Cheerio."
And I head that direction. Follow his directions.
So as you sort of taking his direction, you manage to pass the fishing district, a bunch of fishing stalls held up by different fishermen who have a variety of different seafoods. You see one guy going, we got 20 big fish here, we got 20 big fish here. As you see another orcish man, a lot of the fishermen seem to be orcish in nature, as they're like pointing at each other and going, right there's a big fish, right here's a big fish, we got all the big fish here. And you see a lot of the local populace sort of heads down, sort of overhooks of their hoods, kind of silently moving their way through, either picking up supplies or doing whatever they're doing here on the Dark Continent.
Just kind of keeping themselves, kind of like what I'm doing, like just kind of hiding under the hood of my cloak, just trying to not be noticed.
Absolutely. So as you sort of making your way, utilizing his directions, we will cut back to a Law. Law, how would you have gotten here?
So, I got here because I received the.
No.
Oh,
Cable detected.
What I'm asking is how are you going to get to the goat lock? No worries.
So I'm off the boat, right?
Yes.
Just came off. Well, I see fish. So I see the fisherman. I'm gonna go up to one of the fishermen, and I'm gonna ask him. It's like, hey, good sir. Would you happen to know where the hotel? Sorry, I forgot it.
It's so you're looking for the Goat Loft Inn.
Would you happen to know where this Goat Loft Inn is?
So a different orcish man. This one has sort of like a scar through his eye. He kind of looks at you and goes, "Yeah, what you're gonna do is you're gonna go," and he goes, "Go straight, yeah, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to the right, yeah, and then you're gonna go ahead and go to the Goat Loft, yeah."
Alrighty, nice.
Yeah.
Please do that voice more often. You're really close to the mic.
Very good.
All right. And so you managed to make it there, and then we will go to Bertrand.
Bertrand.
Bertrand?
Yeah.
Yes, Bertrand.
Whatever your name might be.
Just call him Burt.
His name will be Burt. For DM's ease.
Yes.
Yeah.
But I'm gonna follow in a similar fashion and just go, might I or ask one of the dockmates Hey, good sir, can you direct me to this great... My gosh, I forgot the inn as well.
Goat
What
Loft.
was it? Goat Loft Inn.
Yes. So, when you're asking this, are you asking this as because he kind of walked in? He said towards one of the fishermen who are.
Yeah.
Or are you walking? Are you just talking to the dock people specifically?
I think I'll go with one of the fishermen.
So walking up to a fisherman, you hear even similar voice, but it's slightly different. He goes, "All right. So what you're gonna do is you're gonna go to the right, yeah, and then you're gonna go upwards, and you're gonna go to the right, yeah.
I very much appreciate it, sir.
All right, yeah."
Very specific instructions.
And so, moving up, all three of you manage to talk to what seems to be three different fishermen at the same time, having similar conversations, and make your way up towards through the dock ward. You kind of pass a inn nearby. It's called the East Inn. It seems to be the fisherman sort of inn located on the dock and in the dock ward. This ward is packed with people. And this seems to be a normal day, as most of them are either these orcish fishermen, goblin like hands, like deck hands, and other sort of monster-like races who've just seemed to have taken over this dark continent as their home. Moving through this, you guys managed to make your ways into what's called the squabbles. This is what's considered to be the poorest portion of the city.
It's kind of like a shanty town, or a little bit more than a shanty town.
A little bit less than a shanty town, as it is the literal port. Like there is like these are like the thinnest walls. Like a heavy windstorm can knock these paper walls over. It is very, very shoddy. As you guys manage to make your way through, you see a lot of like different mixed races who seem to be actual locals who live here. Humanoids, elvish, and orcish, and gnomish, and dwarvish people. But mostly it seems to be humanoid creatures. As they're sort of traveling through, and you see like a little boy. We'll say that since Law, you were the first one to go through. You see a little boy, and he goes, "Excuse me, sir. Do you have some change?"
So Law looks in his pocket. "Yeah, kiddo, I got some for you." And I pull out like a... How much do I have? I don't actually know how much money I have. What's like a lot to them right now?
Well, considering he's super poor, I would recommend like anything would be a lot.
Like 1 gold? Or like 3 gold or something?
You give him a gold piece?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
gonna give him a whole lot.
Yeah, he looks at you and goes, "Bless you," and he like puts it in his pocket. And as you he's like, can I help you with anything? Are you looking for something?
Yeah, I was just going to the goat loft. I was just going to the goat loft. If you I already got directions, but if you want to take me there, if there's any better places to go through, so I don't maybe get mugged, that'd be fantastic.
All I can say, sir, is with a generosity like yours, you'll do fine here. Just keep going straight. And then as you sort of move on, he kind of like turns around and he goes, "Sucker." And he pulls up to the next person as you're walking up. "Excuse me, sir."
Do I hear this?
No, you've already gone on your way. "Excuse me, sir. Please, do you have some change?"
Do I hear what he said beforehand?
No.
I believe it's like 10 gold. But
So-
Yeah, 10.
Start with 10, I think.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm just gonna be, what's it worth to you?
What you mean, sir? I'm a poor little boy. I got no mom and no dad. Died in a fire, they did.
Please, sir, could you spare some change? Let's make a deal.
Also, I should know. I'm the warlock.
I'm gonna give him a gold piece, but can I do like an insight check on, I don't know, like the death of his parents, I suppose?
Yeah, go ahead and do an insight check for me.
Alrighty. What if I use one of those?
Yeah, go for it.
What is... Mine should be high. Yes, 6. Because proficiency is nice. Where are you?
You're literally
There.
hovering over the d20.
Well, 13.
Alright, let's see.
Here, I'll put this like in this way so we can share it.
Yeah.
Can you get it over here for me?
I can't reach it then.
So,
True.
you definitely tell that this dude is pulling a scam on you. Like, it seems like he pulls this a lot on people.
It sounds rehearsed.
I'm gonna... I'll say, well, it seems awfully weird that you're consistent about asking this. Are you sure you haven't asked anyone else?
What you mean, sir? I've only asked just you. Please, sir. And he like looks at you and gives you like a little teary-eyed look as he like has a little teardrop, and he's just like, please, can I have some more, sir? Please.
I'm gonna be like, I'll just think, whatever, and just hand him a gold piece.
Bless you, sir. Bless you. You have a great day. And he turns around and he's just like, and then finally he sees his third target.
Just a reduction.
And as you walk up, he walks up towards you and he goes, please, sir, can I has some money? My mom and dad, they just died in a car accident. It was crazy. I got a little sister.
Get out 3 silver and be like, get yourself some food.
Bless you, sir. You're such a gentleman.
Anyway, and I keep going.
And he and you hear like a little jingle of his pocket as it's filled with a couple more coins than it probably needed to be.
And I just think to myself, kid might be going places. Not good places, but certainly places.
Absolutely. So each of you guys manages to make it at roughly the same time, taking different sort of paths to get to the goat loft.
I also partially think to myself, amateur.
No.
Salem. Okay, you can just put her down.
All right, over here.
Let's go.
Just
Come here.
pick her up.
She was trying to bite his cable earlier.
Yeah, it's because she just wants to play.
Yeah.
Just pick her up.
Yeah, you can just pick her up. She's not gonna hurt you, I promise.
There you are.
I will. Hey.
I figured. I just didn't want to like.
No, she's.
I know cats have like the
she's
instinct to
good.
fall on their feet, but just like.
Yeah,
you know.
she's like super chill, bro. All she wants to do is just get pets, and she just wants to
play.
attention right now.
No.
All right, so
Ow! She's licking my arm and it hurts.
yeah, no, that's what cat tongues do.
Raspy. Ow.
Ras City, bitch. Ras. All right, so each of you guys manages to make it to the goat loft, and roughly at the same time, each of you still holding the piece of paper in front of you, and you kind of look to your rights and lefts and notice that you're not the only one with this invitation.
Well, I'd mighty fine say that this isn't a coincidence.
Nice to meet you, gentlemen. My name's Law. What are your names?
Name's Bertrand. But call me Burt.
If I'm not the assuming type, but if I were to assume, I assume that you are the ones I'm working with.
That would be correct. What are you, anyway?
I'm a tabaxi.
Yeah, I don't know what that is, but that's pretty cool.
Yeah. Name is Charleston. You can call me Charlie or Chuck. Up to you.
We'll figure that out later. I'll forget your names in a little bit, but you know.
Probably also say that I'm wearing chainmail at the same time.
Yeah, so you have a little bit more of the jingle jangle.
Yeah, just that.
I got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle.
So what do you?
Jingle I fold, bro.
So my boss, he made me work with a cat and a bird. This is a really weird day.
As you guys manage to make it inside of the loft, which is basically just, again, this paper-thin wallpaper on just a couple of slacks, you hear the floorboards above creaking as you see a bunch of holes dripping through the top.
It's really starting to hurt. Her tongue is really starting to hurt my
put her
arm.
down.
Just put her. I don't want to put her down. She's soft.
Oh, come on.
You can't have it both ways, bro.
Anyway.
I know. I'll put her down in a minute.
So, you hear you see the actual, like, top is actually dripping, just a constant drip of water. And you see, like, this
Glassy place.
older gentleman with sort of like a wrinkled, like multiple bags under his eyes. He's just like a human with like basically a bald top and just like a long sort of sharp beard. And he's just like, welcome to the Goat Loft Inn. How may I help you?
I believe we were brought here by request under a man named Xander.
Never heard of him.
He's on this
We'd like
paper.
to rent room 109.
Ah, 109, you say? That's already been rented. He's expecting some guests, I guess.
That would be us.
Yes.
Ah, I see.
We'll head that direction if it's all the same to you.
Who's this Xander guy?
Not sure. That's why we're going to meet him.
Yeah.
Interesting. You got a last name on this guy?
No idea.
Nope.
No clue.
I'll be watching you.
Always watching.
Alrighty, buddy.
Birdbrain just goes, huh? And then just starts walking forward.
we head to room 109.
So heading down the narrow hallway, you pass a couple doors until you guys finally hit room 109. The 9's actually sort of cracked, and it's like hanging sideways. But you're managed to know that it is, in fact, 109. The door itself looks like it's barely hanging on. But as you go to creak open the door, you notice that it doesn't move. As it seems some sort of magical spell has actually been placed on the inside of the door.
I see. I'm going to approach and just give a little knock.
That's actually a better idea. I was about to say yeah.
Who is it?
Your hirelings.
Ah, very well. And you hear a snapping sound as suddenly all three of you guys shift from the hallway into the room itself.
Whoa! Hey!
And
Warn us next time.
can't be too careful in a place like this.
I mean, fair, but still.
As you
I'd
guys
still
look
appreciate some caution.
as you guys look around, you notice that this room is much larger than it should be. Almost like an extra dimensional space of fine dining and sort of living quarters within this shack.
It seems like some sort of doctor should live here.
Now these are some nice digs. Bit of contrasting to the outside, though.
Well, when you're traveling incognito, one must do what they have to.
Trust me. I know. Trust me. I know. Although my digs haven't been nearly as nice as this.
As you guys look, I'll let you put her down first because her tail's whipping.
I figured she was happy though, because she was kind of.
She is.
Relax.
She's just she's fine.
Attention.
Yeah.
Cool.
As you guys look off, he's kind of like hidden within the shadows as he sort of steps forward into the candlelight. A sort of long-haired, bearded man, sort of flat black hair with a black beard, and one arm steps forward and he goes, "All right, well, it seems you guys have found me. I'm Xander Legacy.
Well, you did give us directions.
That be true.
Made it a little bit easier.
I also paid for your travel here.
This is true. Appreciate that, by the way.
Yeah, I also bought like a lot of food with the money you gave us. So like,
Did your stuff cover room service or like?
I don't know what you're talking about.
then whose money was I spending?
That's a good question.
I owe some people a lot of money then. Someone's going to have to spot me.
We'll worry about that later, or never. Hopefully.
Burt is just gonna question just a little bit.
Well, why you got me here with Bird Brain and Gat Boy?
Well, as you can imagine, this
Visible.
is a relatively secretive mission I need accomplished. Welcome to the Van Gore, for those of you who have never been. It is a city that is ruled by an assortment of different factions, each controlling different sections of the city. My goal is to reclaim the city through the corruption. Yes.
I should say someone. I look at him. Might have mentioned your first name to the guy at the desk, and he had no idea who you were. None of us mentioned your last name though, so do with that what you will.
Tattletale.
He kind of looks at
Just
you.
met you.
And he goes, very well. And he snaps his fingers, and a little goblin, like inside of like a really nice little dress suit, kind of comes forward and he goes, Bishop, do with you must. He goes, Roger that. And Bishop sort of snaps out of the room. And then he comes back a couple minutes later, his hands just a little bit more bruised than when he walked in. And he's just like, I'll be in my room if you need me again, sir.
Percussive maintenance achieved.
You're dealing with a guy who talks to an interdimensional demon god, and that actually astonished me.
Well, as you can imagine, I'm trying to keep my presence here off the radar.
Noted. I am as well.
If you don't know, I come from a long line of monster hunters. The Legacy family has had its long history of slaying demons, dragons, vampires, lycans, and such.
I should probably ask before we go any further with this. Do you consider myself or him a monster?
No.
Good. Carry on.
Very glad.
Are you of the undead nature?
No.
Not to my knowledge, no.
Are you uncontrollably hungry for human flesh or blood?
Probably hungry.
not every
for
day, no.
seeds, but I do not consider human flesh very appetizing.
Not consistently, no.
Then you understand why you work for me and not on my list of people being hunted, yes?
Yes.
You got a list?
I mean, don't. Do you hunger for human flesh? No. Are you a monster? No. Great, you're hired.
It really is that simple, guys.
very high. I have very high employment standards.
We're like wondering why we're hired. It's like, you hired us, you gave us money, you brought us to a location. Are you?
You sure this isn't a ruse?
You trying to have sex with me?
All right, fellas. Well, my goal is to reclaim this city of corruption by taking back the territories and ultimately dethroning the city's current rulers. The city is run by the aristocratic party, the wealthy aristocrats who control the land and operate the city. But the real rulers, the secret rulers, are those that hide behind the shadows, and there are three different organizations. That of the vampires, the lycans, and the church.
Audible gasp.
With the
Lycans.
with the vampires holding a majority of the power. My plan is to take out some of these smaller factions, and then eventually take control of the city itself. It will be as if it were a war on the Vangore.
I will say that
Roll
as much
credits.
as much as this is necessary, I would like to understand at least what we're going up against.
Yeah, I feel like we should probably know what we're against. Yeah.
Nah, I don't really care. Like, they're just asking questions. I'm good with doing stuff. You can give me a little more money. I don't ask
Hopefully do
questions.
stuff.
Huzzah! A man of action.
I don't ask questions. You can give me a little bit more money than those two. You know, I need a little.
I like your moxie, but asking questions before you dive headfirst into a problem is a logical response.
I follow a demon god. Do you think I asked questions when I did that?
Evidently
I would
not.
like to say no.
If I mess up, he kills me instantly and sends me to a hellish dimension.
I just say,
That just sounds like a pretty
God,
raw
what type
deal,
of-
to be honest.
I was just like, what did you have? I got struck with a god that's merciful at every end.
I just steal things for money.
That
Jeez.
was an option.
All right, before we joke too much, your goal is to conduct missions on my behalf and to gain the trust and loyalty of the innocent people within the city. This job won't be easy, nor will it be sunshines and rainbows. But there's only one way to deal with corruption, and that's to cut it out like a fucking cancer. And that's where you come in.
Whoa.
Hardcore.
Righteous.
Before we get into the thick of things, I should probably ask, what are your how legal do you want us to keep this?
See, here's the thing. I don't care about legality.
I'll say my specialty, my set of skills kind of tend to fall under the category of not so legal in most places.
I would say the same thing for me, although it's of faith, purely.
Law raises his hand and goes, "Are civilians expendable?"
No, that's the point.
Yeah.
Oops. Okay, I'm putting away all the bad stuff.
Your goal is to build the hearts and minds of the citizens here, to give back the people their city. Your goal is to be heroes, as I, and he kind of looks down at his one arm, am unable to now do. Your goal is to be me. But, of course, by that I mean never mentioning me or talking about anything that I would be associated with in any way or capacity.
So what you're saying is, should we fail, you will deny any knowledge of our existence.
Well, given the fact that everyone thinks that I no longer exist, that is, yes, the case.
Okay.
I'd say.
Are you about to say that this is your mission? Should you choose to accept it?
This room is gonna explode.
You have 69 seconds.
So he goes on to explain that within the city there are lesser known of these. What are they called? Fuck.
Faction?
Factions. Yes.
Yes.
That's the word I was looking for. So these lesser known factions, and of them, you guys are actually going to start your way at the bottom.
Yeah.
And
Naturally.
naturally, we're going to take out the weakest links, take over their territory, and then ultimately build our way up. And then as we...
In power and foundation. I like it.
Excuse me. Exactly. So, I'm going to put you guys up against the cult of the water worshippers.
They
say
worship water?
Well, they worship a deity who is known to live in the water.
Well, I'd say I'm mighty fine then.
Question,
Are they
is this
addicted to
deity
drinking
real and are we going to have to fight it?
Well, if they resurrect it, maybe.
So interrupt any ritual they start. Got it.
My deity can beat up your deity.
Well, my daddy has more money.
Yeah, well, mine is interdimensional horror that is literally the trickster.
My demon daddy.
My dad's Mr. Nintendo.
Things in order.
All right, so
My dad works at Nintendo. Back to serious.
So to take out the lowest in the power of this faction, known as the Cult of the Water Worshippers, you are going to be killing people in exchange for who have been killing people in exchange for their newfound power. Your goal is to find evidence of their crimes, expose them to the public, and eventually claim their territory. You want to expose them to both the City Watch and the general public. The way to do this is to collect information and prove of their crimes by whatever means necessary, which is why legality is not necessarily the way of doing so.
So we're going more for the expose them and ruin their reputation
operations.
versus just go in and kill all of them.
Do with what you need, but essentially saving lives is important, but ultimately you need them to be exposed in
order to convince the
We
public.
have to discredit them, or we will never actually truly defeat them.
Because killing them is just going to kill them. Like, it's not going to expose
It's not going to get rid of their...
Because if any survive, they could just re-recruit.
No, it's because we need to also expose them as well. If you just kill somebody and don't expose their shit, you've just killed somebody that the people might have thought was...
It's like,
Then we aren't exactly going to win over hearts and minds by just killing people.
Exactly. So
It's like, kill the news reporter, he doesn't report anything anymore, but expose the reporter, all his lies are now on TV, sort of thing.
exactly.
Yes.
So once you guys complete your mission, he wants you to find Investigator Cabbage. With any evidence you find, he is one of the few members of the city's guard. So there's the city's guard and the city's watch. That are the city's watch being those who run the outer border, and the city's guard are the actual guards who roam through the city.
I pull out a small leather-bound book and just kind of start noting this down.
And of course, you must not tell people the reason you are doing this mission and why you're on the Dark Continent.
So it's we're looking for Inspector Cabbage.
Investigator pack. Investigator.
Investigator. Inspector, investigator, potato.
Yeah, essentially, but his name, it is Investigator Cabbage.
I'm just gonna call him an inspector just to annoy him.
Okay, wait.
Gadget.
Inspector Gadget or Investigator Gadget? Which one's better here?
Investigator Gadget, bro. He clearly was solving mysteries.
So what was the other?
Gadget.
What was the other part?
So he needs you to, once you complete the mission and you have exposed them, you're going to give the information to Investigator Cabbage with any evidence that you find. And of course, don't tell anyone why you're here and who you're working for.
Fair enough.
Don't talk about Fight Club. Got it.
Yeah. Exactly. 100%.
Don't
First
talk
rule
about
of Fight Club.
vampire.
Don't talk about Fight Club.
Like vampire hunt and werewolf hunting club. You know.
Yeah, exactly. But you guys already broke the first rule. Therefore,
Well,
Don't talk about
dead
Fight
now.
Club.
That person is beat up now, or dead.
On that note, he does snap his fingers, and suddenly all three of you have warped back into the hallway. As you guys,
Were we done there? Okay.
as you guys look, you see in your outstretched hands is a sack full of what you imagine to be gold and maybe some other objects.
Did he give us any indication of where we might need to go to find the cult of the water worshippers? Or
He gave you no indication of anything.
cool.
Darn.
Looks like we're going investigating our own.
lakes.
He gave you a contact on who to contact at the end. But he did.
Who was the first contact?
There is no.
Oh, okay. You said he gave us a contact and one for the end. Okay.
No. Like he gave you a contact at the end.
Okay, so who to talk to when we're done,
Exactly.
and not much beyond that.
Each of you guys has a sack. Would anyone like to open it up to see what's in it?
Yes.
Okay, so as you open up your sack, you notice that there is there's a note in it. Inside your sack, you notice that there's a note that says, "Beware of those who wish to betray you, for only those who see in the dark will find the light."
I'm gonna say. I'm assuming the both of you have this sack. I'd open it up and read the note.
I cut my sack firmly before opening it.
Cut my sack in two pieces.
No, I said
I'm just gonna
I cup my sack firmly before opening it.
My sack is kind of just spilling outside, like it's so large that it's spilling out like the size of my hand. So
Inside of it, Burt, you also find a magical item. It is a ring of water walking.
I'm gonna say. Well, this might be convenient.
And he says, payments will always be in advance and on the back end. Consider
Alright.
this your first payment. And it's 10 gold pieces and the ring of water walking.
Cool. An extra 10 pieces, nice.
Who else would like to?
I've opened mine.
Okay, so we'll have you go next. So, Charleston, you open up your bag and you also see a note. And it says, for a clue that you're looking for, I would start upon the shore. And
Is my typing too loud?
no, that's fine. And then, I mean, we can hear it, but it's fine for this specific bit.
it's taking away from my realism.
Away from my
You're breaking my immersion, damn it.
Inside, you also find 10 gold pieces and a ring of obscuring.
Yo.
nice.
I got third pick.
How awesome and also unexpected.
Wow.
As you open up your bag last, you also see a note, and your note says, "A hero is one who is of the people, not and for the people, not above the people, and therefore something cool." I don't know. This is all improv. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying.
I'm like looking at
It's
the
all good.
paper and it goes.
I got 2 out of
A
3.
hero is of the people and for the people,
Like, what
not
is
above
your-
the people.
What does yours say, Lost?
Superior.
Well, it's there's a hero above and below. The people are above the hero and the people. I think he was trying to
It's some kind of cryptic message, man. I don't know.
There's a little bit of wine on the bottom of the note.
I got 2 out of the 3. Like,
Does this? What is this that smells of? Burnt something. I can't tell.
It
Smells kind of like iron.
Starts with an O, ends with an M.
I get as well.
Inside, you find 11 gold pieces and you find the ring of mind shielding. And at the bottom of your note, it looks like you wrote this like at the end, and it was like, "I'm sorry for your terrible note. I was drunk when I wrote this, but your words during our initial meeting gained my respect. Therefore, an additional gold."
An additional gold and the third pick of the rings we got before.
And so you got the ring of mind shielding.
Nice. It's good. Like
Everyone picked rings. Sweet.
it's not bad. Yeah, everybody.
It's almost like that was intended.
It's almost like
That's why I said, "Wow, wowzers! What a surprise!"
It's almost like I took too long to pick mine, so you decided to do all 3 rings.
Oh God.
We got the infinity gauntlet going, guys.
Well, we got too warm.
We had 2 more to find.
All right, so
How many rings can you attune to at once?
how many rings are in the center of the Tootsie Pop? The Ro may never know. But on that note, you guys are currently inside this hallway of a sketchy little inn, and you guys have a whole bunch of money that you have open to the public.
Eldritch Blast. I'm gonna close up the sack and put it away reservingly.
Alrighty.
Yeah.
I combined the gold in the sack with the gold in my own.
So we
and
now
then
have 3 sacks. We just,
I'm gonna tuck the note into my bag and then put my ring on.
I'm just gonna stuff it into my pocket.
And can you attune with something while walking around or no?
Yeah.
Yes.
I'll say that you can.
Okay.
Also,
I'll attune to it over the next hour.
as you pull out the last coin, you notice that your hand seems to go a little bit further into each of your bags. Slightly further than what you'd think it would.
This is a bag of holding.
Each one of you also has a bag of holding.
Oh my god.
Oh, nice.
That is really good.
Surprise. Welcome to Christmas with your DM.
What's the monetary value of what
Welcome to I don't want to have to worry about carry weight from your
This
DM.
is nice.
I mean, basically, yeah.
Yeah. Yo, real talk. You guys are carrying like 700 pounds of stuff each. You probably shouldn't be able to do that.
Well,
How many sets of armor do you have on your back right now?
27.
I'm gonna move like all of the gold into there.
I'm putting all the gold in my bag of holding.
Yeah.
I'm also gonna attune to my ring over the next hour.
Okay. So, as you guys sort of make your way outside of the hotel, you guys kind of look off to your right where the bearded bald man was sitting, and you notice he's just cold clocked with like his eyes just being completely messed up, and it looks like a little goblin like ring has been pushed into his forehead, like in his temple, and then wrote on his arm is like, "Don't talk about Bruno," and he just kind of.
I'm gonna.
Well, it would appear he saw nothing.
Okay, I'm gonna walk over to him. Since
I'm gonna say he saw nothing today.
I feel so bad about it. I'm gonna take a gold piece and I'm gonna put it on his chest. Because I feel really bad about it. Because I was the one who fucked up.
Yeah, and as you guys do, you guys manage to walk out of the Goat Lodge Inn. And now you guys are currently on the street. It is currently still about roughly midday. You guys got here earlier in the morning and had a few moments with your compatriot before leaving.
Through some sheer stroke of luck, you guys managed to make it out of the inn
With some sense of propriety.
without destroying or anything or killing anyone. You have successfully made it out of the starting area.
A mind
Yeah.
player.
All right.
I'm gonna say, well, I don't want to assume that we all have the same notes. Does anyone have a lead on where we should go?
To be like, is this a bad time to reveal that I'm an illithid?
Nope. My note was useless.
So I'm gonna chime in here. My note, I have a note that it says, basically, for a clue, go to the shore.
Let's do it.
Okay. I'm just gonna say, well, lucky you. I just got some sermon about how good people can be.
Now, before we dive into any of this, we should probably cover who's good at what. And we probably shouldn't do it.
Skills?
We probably should not do it here on the street.
Yeah.
So perhaps we should maybe find a place to sit down for a little bit, maybe get some food, get a few drinks, and then
Let's go to a tavern.
then we'll establish a plan of action and head to the shore.
Hey, let's go to a tavern.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
All right.
So as you guys do a perception check, each of you.
Sweet. I think I have
Can you pass me like how much should I?
here.
Don't knock over the microphones.
Very much don't knock over.
3.
That'd be very loud.
What was my perception? I think I rolled a 5.
Nat 1.
Yikes.
I got a 7.
Big yikes, my guy.
I'm gonna go by passive, darn.
I rolled a 14.
Okay, we have to
So 14,
7.
And what'd you get?
4 or 5.
Okay, so you two seem to be very distracted by a lot of sick people. You actually see more sick children in the street going, "Oh, there they are. Oh, hi, people. We're so sick. Please help us."
They're like
Insight
surrounding
check
at our
on
feet.
that.
A plague befalls this
Actually-
land.
You know what? No. make a medicine check to say, "Oh, are you sure? Here, let me check you."
And as you're doing that, you notice the sudden smoke off in the distance and the smell distinctly of barley as you see a small, what seems to be like a small sort of brewery off in the corner of the sort of squabble area.
Okay, and just asking, it's not on. It's not on fire, right?
No.
Okay.
You just happen to have such high.
Okay. I see
Perception.
I see the
Basically-
smoke. Like there's smoke from there's like cooking fires, and I see that.
Exactly.
Okay.
Pass me more dice. A couple of each.
Oh, these ones.
Sorry.
I can grab you more in a. I can grab you more in a little bit.
All right.
I will make sure to bring my dice back the next time.
All right, so you were doing a medicine check. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Welcome to episode 1. Everyone's forgotten
14.
half their stuff.
14.
Let's see. Yeah, so you managed to look at these children, and you can quickly tell that while they're under, like, they're
Malnourished.
Malnourished.
Yeah, that's the word. Mouth. Doing things. Cool. So malnourished, and they are sort of looking sick, but they're generally in well health. Like, for poor people, they're probably as good health as they're going to be.
I'm gonna just place down a day's worth of rations and say, well, I'm sure you'll find much more value out of this, young ones. And just hand them a day's worth of rations.
The little kids kind of walk up, and you see...
No, keep going. I was after this.
Okay, the little kids kind of walk up and they grab it, and it's like a little girl, and she's got like her little teddy bear, and she looks at you and she goes, "Would you like to hold Teddy in exchange for the food?"
I think I am perfectly fine, young one. Thank you.
She's like a little elvish girl,
Aw.
little half elf.
You're gonna see like beady eyes in the center of like this bald eagle looking dude and just be like, although I appreciate how kind you are, that is for yours to cherish and yours alone. Please, I insist.
The older boy who you guys gave money to earlier, he kind of talks to his mates, and he's like, "Yeah, fellas, I told you. They're like the holy symbol. They must be out and about today. I'm so happy they're out and about today. They're the bestest."
Who?
I want to. Oh wait.
We're the who?
The holy symbol. They're like a patron group who lives here within the squabbles. They come around and they give food and nurture to people. They're holy people.
Oh, do you know where they are? Like where they kind of
And he kind of
Say,
main areas?
this sounds interesting. Might I know where they are?
and he points in the direction of a small church, very very small.
I'm gonna note the location of the church I note the location in my little book.
They're not like the people from the Central Ward. They're actually helpful.
Can I persuade the children and say this? I'm gonna convince them. I'm gonna convince them that all their troubles are caused by the politicians. Can I
Do a persuasion check with advantage because it's pretty.
It's children.
Yeah, it's pretty easy when you're dealing with kids.
deception or is
No, it's persuasion.
It's persuasion.
because it's real?
13.
15.
For those of you at home, my friend Zach here is
very, very hard of seeing.
so because of that. We are very understanding here on the show that if he is looking at something for longer than a few minutes, please be understanding of his situation as he is visually impaired. But on that note,
He's our bestest bud.
yeah, we're glad that he's on the show because he's one of the best D&D players I know.
Thank you.
Really funny too.
Yeah, he is funny.
Very.
Anyways, so back to the game.
Let's take turns spiking our audio.
I was going to say, do you and I want to go towards the church?
We should probably wait for him, but yeah. No,
Yeah.
I don't think we need to go to the church right now. I think right now, before we actually get ourselves into anything, we should probably go somewhere and like establish what all of us can do. And like
Yeah.
work out like who does what and what our roles are before we just kind of dive into situations.
Did you perceive a tavern already?
I was just about to
I saw a
say-
brewery.
Oh,
on the
okay.
street.
Yeah.
So what did you get on your check, your persuasion?
15.
15? Yeah, so we'll say with a 15, you easily manage to persuade these children that all of their hardships are caused by the politicians.
Greedy.
And he's like, yeah, we know that. There's like a chubbier sort of older boy. He's like, yeah, we know that. That's why we live here in the squibbles, mate. We fucking hate those people. Fucking people.
Nice. Or cried mess.
No, don't do that.
No,
Nice Quiver boy.
Nice caper boy.
No, it was like I'm trying to do the freaking 1950s investigator. What was it? He's bird brain over here. Yeah,
We're talking
that's
about-
good. That's good, kid. Now just keep believing that. In a couple of weeks, you might see a couple. I really shouldn't.
Probably shouldn't.
I really shouldn't do that. I'm just gonna say.
Do not
Do
tell.
we hear this?
Do not immediately tell.
I think I'm close.
Hold on. I'm gonna come
be
over.
like, well, we very much appreciate.
As I was about to say it, he's gonna like grab.
I'm gonna be
Don't-
like, well, we very much appreciate your justice and sense
Please,
of
literally,
righteousness.
do not tell the first people we have encountered out the door about our mission.
What are you put your bird feathers? on?
What's the boy you guys all gave money to's? What's this about a few weeks now? You got something for me?
Did you pull me back?
We heard there's a new holiday.
We did.
A new holiday? What's that?
Yeah,
What's a
yeah.
holiday?
It's a new
I don't know. They're gonna be launching. Do you know what fireworks are?
What's a firework?
Well, there are these things.
Is that when your house turns up into smoke and they
No.
light it on fire?
No, fireworks are these things that they put up into the sky, and they're brightly colored, and they explode, and they look cool.
All right, mate. If I don't see fireworks in the next 3 weeks, I'm coming for you.
It's pretty much aerial violence.
Do a intimidation check for me.
I'm gonna pull back into my hood and just flash my eyes.
Did you
My character, I probably should have clarified earlier. My character is, well, being a tabaxi, my character's kind of modeled after like a Black Panther. So you can pull back into his hood and you just see his eyes.
No, like go up to the kid's ear and be like,
Intimidation is gonna run me a solid 8.
nice. This kid thinks you're a bitch.
He looks at you and you see full terror in his
Oh no!
as he looks at you and goes,
Here.
Run along, kid. You've got money to swindle.
No. Whoa, anyway.
and you see him kind of just like top his little. He has like one of those like 1920s hats on, like little paper boy.
I'm gonna bring him in and say, you know, if you ever want to make more money, there's other things you could be doing other than swindling people. Although it's going to
I
require
will
you.
not sell my party to you.
That is. Let me finish.
Whoa.
went the worst
Let me
direction.
finish.
He was like,
Not that.
there's better things.
You. I'm talking a little more of the procurement.
Drugs?
What's procurement mean?
Yeah, what the?
Just upgrade to pickpocketing. You'll get more money.
Oh, you mean take it from the pocket instead of just asking for it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You'll get more. Yeah, well, hey.
Instead of bag,
should
Try,
do that to
ask.
demonstrate.
Here's the thing. Ask first. If they say no, they won't miss it.
You mean like I've been doing the fellas every day since I was 2 years old?
Yeah, 'cause he's
Oh,
not
you're already upgraded.
Hey, pocketing.
Next thing, going into places where you shouldn't really be and taking things that aren't really yours.
Yeah, it's called burglary, mate. I do that too.
He's 8 years
Right, right.
He's 8 years
Right,
old.
right.
He's not fucking like 3.
I've probably been at this before. Look, I've been at this before you were born. Eventually, you move up to heisting.
Andy's like, have you ever heard of bread? Do you know what
bread?
walking is? Have you ever tried running twice or walking twice? It's called running. It's
And then I'm just like, now run along, you little rapscallion. Damn, they're getting started early nowadays.
He
To myself.
he just kind of looks at you and he's just like,
who is this idiot?
My Birdman,
Fucking
like,
amateur.
the Birdman just goes like,
Wait. I want to like outside. I want to see if this kid's a better
such a
burglar than
questioning
him.
Go
eyebrow.
on, little boy. Go commit crimes.
You'll just see
Anyway.
the Birdman is just this directly to the
I hope he
tabaxi.
took gold from you. I hope he bumped into you. Took gold.
and so as you guys,
I'd noticed that.
as the small children leave, you guys manage to make your way towards the tavern, where you guys see off in the distance this tavern, and as you do, you will slowly see as your eyes start to go to black for just a second as the day shifts to night in a flicker, and it is suddenly pitch black with a full moon. And that is where we're going to end episode 1 of
Not,
the War for Vangore.
let me be cliche for a second. I have dark vision.
And that is where we're going to end today's session. We will see you guys next week. Our episodes are going to be up on Twitch every Tuesday at 10 p.m. Eastern. We'll see you guys there. Yeah. Bye.
Peace.
See ya.